Welcome to Movie Reviews for Parents. Today we are reviewing the Netflix movie Rebel Moon Part 1, A Child of Fire. Our main focus will be on the level of violence, adult content, profanity, alcohol, and drug use. Then, in the second half, we'll give you our take on the overall movie. Rebel Moon is a Netflix sci-fi adventure film inspired by classic sci-fi and fantasy films such as Star Wars, Magnificent Seven, and a few others. With a running time of 2 hours and 14 minutes, the film is set in a galaxy where a tyrannical empire called the Motherworld threatens a peaceful farming colony on a distant moon. The colony's only hope is Kora, a former soldier of the Motherworld who recruits a team of warriors from different planets to fight back. Let's unravel the content layers one by one, shall we? First, violence. The film has many scenes of violence, as it depicts a war between the Motherworld and the rebels. Although they've tried their best to edit the movie for a PG-13 rating, the movie depicts many violent scenes with blood and gore. There are frequent scenes of personal combat involving punching, kicking, throwing, and choking. People are bludgeoned to death. Others are killed with bladed weapons and shot with firearms. Some people are killed with sci-fi energy weapons. There are many scenes of space vessels and buildings exploding and catching fire. People are restrained in a mechanical device and are killed with something that resembles a nail gun. In one scene, a person is hit so hard that some of his teeth fly out of his mouth. A man's arm is broken in a fight. A man undergoes a brutal medical or scientific procedure, where his scalp is peeled back and a probe is inserted into a port in his brain. These are a mere sample of what to expect, as the movie contains many other violent and gruesome scenes. The film also contains a significant amount of brutality, as it shows torture, abuse, and cruelty. Parents must exercise caution. In terms of adult content, the film includes several noteworthy scenes. It contains instances of sexual innuendo and flirting, as well as depictions of sexual violence. There is a distressing scene where a group of men attempt to harm a woman in a sexually violent manner, accompanied by crude dialogue that refers to her in derogatory terms. Additionally, in a bar scene, there are male characters dressed as female prostitutes, and an alien male character makes aggressive sexual advances onto another male character. A man grabs another man by the crotch and threatens him. In another scene, a man undergoes a futuristic procedure, and he is briefly shown from the side, revealing his buttocks. As for profanity, rest assured that the script contains only 5 scatological curses, a crude anatomical term, a minor profanity. That said, keep caution, as it also contains some vulgar terms derogatory towards women. As for alcohol and drug use, characters drink socially in a bar. A man drinks an unknown liquid from a flask, and in one scene appears to be intoxicated. The movie does not depict alcohol and drug use in a glamorous or glorifying way. Please continue watching to find out what this movie has to offer for parents. At this point, we would like to ask if you found value in this video so far. Then please thumb up, subscribe, and tickle the notification bell. Your support is much appreciated. Rebel Moon Part 1, A Child of Fire is written and directed by Zack Snyder, starring Sofia Boutella, Jimon Hounsou, and Ed Skrein. First, let's talk about the positives. Zack Snyder is a master of creating spectacular visuals and epic action scenes. Rebel Moon is no exception, as it showcases his signature style of slow motion. Mind you, a bit too much in this one. Color grading, and camera angles. The film's creative team will certainly take your imagination for a wild ride. In addition to numerous wondrous creatures and aliens, the movie has a lot of impressive shots of the galaxy, the planets, the ships, and battles. It also uses a lot of practical effects and sets, which add to the realism and immersion. The film is well directed and well shot. It truly is a feast for the fans of the science fiction genre and, of course, Snyder fans. The cast of Rebel Moon is diverse and talented, and they deliver good performances. Sofia Boutella does a fair job as Kora. Jimon Hounsou is great as Titus. He brings wisdom and gravitas to his role. Ed Skrein is effective as Atticus Noble, the main villain. He makes the audience hate him and fear him. And yes, there is Anthony Hopkins, who is a legend, and he lends his voice to Jimmy, a robot that is just there. Now let's discuss the negative, and there are a few that need to be mentioned. Although consistent with Snyder's signature style, this movie employs a bit too much of a darker color palette and maintains an erratic pacing in its storytelling. The film's pace alternates between slow and rushed, resulting in an uneven and choppy narrative. Unfortunately, character development is scant, making it challenging for viewers to form a meaningful connection with any of the team members. The decision to have a female main character lacks clear justification, appearing more like a choice made by the suits upstairs, rather than narrative significance. Sofia Boutella portrays her character in a subdued manner, contributing to the overall lack of emotional depth in the movie. In contrast to many MCU films, there's a noticeable absence of humorous moments and spontaneous banter. The reliance on excessive narration and dialogue hampers the natural progression of the story. And finally, the film could have benefited from more screen time for Anthony Hopkins' robot character. And there you have it, parents. Rebel Moon, Part 1, A Child of Fire, is a sci-fi film that offers a compelling exploration of power, freedom, betrayal, and morality, a genuine delight for devoted enthusiasts. However, parents keep in mind that this is a dark and intense journey, delving into mature and thought-provoking themes. For the younger audience, particularly the little ones, the film's intensity may be overwhelming. The depictions of violence and mature content could potentially leave them frightened and confused. This movie ventures beyond kiddo territory, therefore parents exercise caution and reserve this cinematic experience for the adult movie nights. And that concludes our review. If you need a recap, feel free to rewind. Don't forget to hit subscribe, give us a thumbs up, and join us next time for more cinematic explorations. Thanks for joining us today, and we look forward to having you back for our next movie adventure. Until then, happy watching and may your popcorn always be perfectly buttered.